Evening all, and welcome to Timberborn. This is a town building game with a couple of twists into it. The first big twist, as you will see just coming out of the building there, it's not humans, it is beavers. There are our beavers. They've all come out of the storehouse and they're putting their beds down everywhere. Essentially, mankind has fallen and all that is left is beavers, and we have to try and build up a civilization with them and get them going. I am playing with the eager beavers, which is the second difficulty level. I unlocked I played with the first beaver level and unlocked these ones in the live stream we did over the weekend, so you can go and watch that if you want to for my first impressions. So this is going to be a bit more of a I know what I'm doing, so we'll take it through. The difference between the eager beavers and everything else is they don't need too much sleep, so we can make our working day bigger or longer, but they eat more food, so we'll have to figure out food earlier and quicker and do it that way. Other things I've got to mention, this is in beta, as you can see up here. It's in an early beta. It's still work in progress. Lots of things will and can and will change, and also there may be bugs and things in the game, so it's not exactly representative of the final game, but so far it's really good. I've not found any problems with it, touch wood, because you know now I've said that something will happen, but yeah, so let's get going. So first and foremost, all the beavers live in these little sleeping mats here, so they need somewhere to live. But before we do that, we need to chop down trees, and beavers are really good at chopping down trees. That's kind of what they do. So you'll see here, this is actually, the starting building isn't a single building, it's actually three. We have a storehouse down here, we have a builder's hut above, and we have a lumberjack flag here. That's one of the features of this, is that you can build vertically, which is very different. These are all scaffolding behind, so you can put scaffolding down, put a building on top, and some buildings have flat roofs which allow you to build and walk on top. It's very, very different. So we've got lumberjack flag. This chops down trees, so you know, everywhere in this white circle, it's not a circle but the white range, they can chop down the trees, and we do that down here. Cut down trees, so tend to cut down mature trees. If you cut down all trees, you'll destroy the little trees. We don't want to do that. We just want to chop down the mature ones, so we'll do something like that. And there's a couple of trees you'll see on the outside with white markings. We can't get to those yet. We will get to those, but we can't right now. So they'll chop down the trees and bring them back to a storage, which we don't have. This is why it has a mark here, and we have a thing here saying log pile. We have no log pile. But let's do that. Down here, storage, log pile, and I'm going to put it right next to the base there, like that. The storage container stores so many things. The desired amount is basically balancing. If we build another one, they will balance, like the berries, they'll put 20 into the next one and leave some in here. They'll balance them out, so kind of a go. So eager beavers can last longer, so we're going to make the day longer. Essentially, you can make it a 24-hour day if you want to, and then beavers won't go to sleep, which is a bit of a problem because obviously you need beavers to sleep. They all have hunger, thirst, sleep, and all these other things here you need to fill out. The more green bars you have, the better the well-being, the overall better well-being. Then you unlock the new things as they go. But essentially, if hunger, thirst, or sleep end up at zero, well, if sleep ends up at zero, they fall asleep. But if hunger or thirst ends up at zero, they die. So you can actually get to a stage where things go terribly, terribly wrong. Right, so we have our log stockpile now, and you see our beavers are chopping down trees, doing what beavers do, which is awesome. So I know we're going to run out of food because it mentioned food and water. So what we need to do is put down a watering place. Now these go on a river, and you can rotate buildings using R. I'm going to put two of them down there, and beavers can go to that to fill up their thirst. I'm going to bring it down to a 20-hour day, I think. So we'll go a bit longer. The day time is important, and I'll get to that. This is not really a tutorial playthrough. I'm trying to explain things as I go from what I understand, but there's still a lot of concepts of the games I don't understand. So hopefully, if anyone's watching this and is trying to pick up how to go, I'll show you how the game works and how you play it, but definitely not a one-on-one tutorial. So, other things you want. Carrots are the sort of staple food to them. It does nutrition 1. You'll see they have 3 different levels of nutrition, which all increases, well, that does life actually strength. I don't know what that is. I think they can carry more. And carrying speed means when they're carrying something, they walk faster. So, yeah, nutrition 1 is important because it makes them live longer, which is very important because some of your beavers can actually start out quite old. He's 33 days old. If I click on this, oh no, oh, I can't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually show me. So, yeah, you'd have to go through the beavers and find out which ones are which. They can live to be quite old. I've had beavers live to be 50. So, but carrots are the staple. Potatoes, they can't eat raw potatoes. You need to actually grill them. So that requires another level. So we'll put in some fields because I feel as if this is going to be important. I don't want to build along the waterline. You might be thinking why, but that will become apparent fairly quickly. So I'm going to put in 2 fields so we can make those, and these require logs, which our beavers are chopping down here. The waterline I don't want to do because there is a power system in this game where you build a water wheel, and the water wheel spins and requires access to water. So you can build it, and there are shafts which you can transport the power around. It's very interesting to use it. So I'm going to leave the water clear because it's easier. Another thing we can do is get berries. These here are berries, so we could do that. So let's put down a gathering flag, and we'll put it down just here for the minute. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but you can see the area it can cover, so that will get all those berries there. If we want the ones up here, we'd have to put one up here somewhere, I think. Actually, if we put one there rather than there, let's get rid of that one. Then that will be able to get all of those berries up there and all those berries down there. When you set what areas you want to chop down, you can chop down mature trees or all trees, and then mature bushes or all bushes. If you chop down all bushes, then they're gone. Good for clearing. If you chop down mature ones, then that means these little ones will grow into mature bushes and get berries. But also, you see they're popping up, just as I said it. Also, they spread. When they become larger, full-on berries, they spread around. So it's quite helpful, quite useful to do there. Okay, but let's speed up time and try and get some of our things in. Okay, so we've got berries. That's good. I'm not going to attempt to collect berries yet. You only have 200 storage when you start with 130 berries, so we're okay. But see, night time's come along and they're still working because I set the clock for 20-hour days instead of normal. Usually they would stop at sundown and then do a bit of socializing and then go to bed. But right now we haven't got any socializing, so they have to go to certain places to socialize. So we'll just let them work until whenever, and then they can go and have 4-hour sleep in their lovely little beds. Don't really need that much sleep, so they probably aren't going to sleep tonight actually, which is okay. So maybe they can go like 2 days without sleeping at all. So oh, there you go, there's a couple of them slept overnight, so there we go, that's okay. Okay, so we can get 2 beavers onto there. That's awesome. Now, the way growing crops works is a little weird. It says yield 65 carrots after 4 days, but I've discovered the growth progress depends on how many beavers you have inside there, not time. So with 2 beavers, it will take 4 days to get to 100% and carry on. With 1 beaver, it will take 8 days to get to 100%. So the carrots grow slower than in 1 beaver. It's a little weird. I might be slightly wrong on that, and it might be, I've not actually checked the days exactly, but I have noticed that if you have just 1 beaver on there, like this one will only have 1 beaver because we only have one grown up. We've got to wait for other children to grow up. This one will go up a lot slower than the other one would. See, that's already at 13-14% because it's got 2 on there. This one's going to go up way slower. So Even though it says 65 carrots after 4 days, that's optimal. If you have one beaver, it will be 8 days to get to 100% to get 65 carrots. You always get 65, it just takes longer to get to. So that can be quite useful though, because if this is running at maximum capacity, every 4 days you get 65 carrots. So if you have this run a bit slower to start with and then get another beaver to come in and join it, and that would mean that you get, say, 4 days you get this one, then 2 days later you get this one, and then because that one's been going you get that 2 days later, so you spread out the carrot use. Also, working for longer hours would mean that the progress goes a lot faster. So you see that's gone to 25%, 26%, but that wasn't built till a good chunk through the day. So I suppose potentially if you increase the work hours, you could actually get 3 days with 12 carrots. It's a little weird to say, you know, it takes 4 days, because it's yeah, that's just the optimal number. It's just one of them things to get your head around a little bit, that it's not actually just 4 days and there you go. Right, so I'm going to now also tell it to get some berries. We'll tell our beavers to get the berries down here. And then our berry collector is going to go off, pick the berries, put it into the storehouse. And everything will be awesome. And yeah, food and water are obviously important to keep our beavers alive. They seem to be fine. They've got plenty of sleep. They can deal with 20-hour days. That's fine. Social life increases fertility. Now, I can't have any children yet because adults aren't living in any houses. So, yeah, we have no housing, and you need housing for that. So let's have a look at that. So a lodge requires 12 logs. Currently got 28, so that's fine. And it can hold 2 adult beavers and 1 child. And then when the child grows up, becomes an adult, obviously moves out and has to go wherever. So you could put 1 lodge down and then just have 1 child be produced every 5 days. I think it takes a child 5 or 4 days. No, 5 days and they become an adult. I think it is. That's yeah, on the 5th day they become an adult. I think that's how it works. You're 4 days old. Yeah. I think it's the 5th day. I might be wrong. It might be 6th day, but yeah. So you don't have to get all lodges for all your beavers. If you do, obviously you'll get a lot more beaver children come along. I don't know what beaver kids are called. Cubs, I assume. Beavers aren't a bear. Cub doesn't seem right. I don't know what a baby beaver is. But you get children, child beavers. So you could just put 1 lodge down and then have a steady flow of kids coming in, or you can put down more and have like large ones. It does also depend on their social life. If this is empty, if this is empty, they haven't had any kids in my previous saves. It may do. They may have the 1, but when this is full, they have more. So let's put down a lodge, and we'll put down. I'm gonna kind of plan out where I want to do this. I want to leave a space empty. I might leave this all to be farming area. Now you want to put your houses nearby. If I put this over here, then any beaver that lives in it won't work these fields because he lives too far away. So it's important to keep in note that if I put it here and then I build something up here, the beavers that live down here can't get to there for work. With the exception of pathing, which I need to also get into. So let's put down I think I can leave this space down here for the engineer. So let's run it on there and do 1 there. And we'll put 1 next door to it as well. We'll have 2. We'll have 2. 64%, that's 30%, that's good. That's kind of good. I want to stagger them. My reason for staggering them isn't so that you get the same amount of food regardless, but you can only store so much in the storehouse and then it fills up. So really you want to have a supply come in and then 2 days later a supply come in when the first one is eaten down, and then it'll carry on that sort of way, rather than having all your crops come in at once and not having anywhere to store them. So, yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 beavers live here and a child in each one, because that's just how they move there. But you'll see these have flat roofs. These have absolute flat roofs. So what we can do is we can actually put buildings on top of them, but we can't access them because we can't actually get up there. So what we need to do that is we need to go to paths and structures and get some stairs and some footbridge. We unlock these with science points, which we don't have yet because we haven't got any scientists, but we will get some scientists. Okay, so you chop down all the trees and then more trees have grown back. So let's tell you to chop down more trees. In fact, let's tell you to chop down all those trees, including those back ones, and then you'll go and do that. And what we can do is we can put in a path. Now, you'll notice right now, this is the area of the lumberjack flag. It goes up to this area here. It can't chop down any of these white trees, these white marker trees. It's out of range. If you put down another lumberjack flag, then it's in there, and then these ones will also go to it because they expand the region. But if we put a path down, which is what I kind of want to do, so put a path from here all the way along to there. I'll also run a path this way as well because why not? There we go, up to them stairs. Oh. Our workers will come along and put in the path, and as they put in the path, it should expand this beaver's the range of this. See, it's going out slightly. Now we have 27 trees unavailable. We'll expand that again. Now we're down to 24. So it doesn't go for an infinite range, but it does expand it with paths. So the beavers can walk down this path and then goes there. I think it's all to do with how far they can walk, and they walk faster on a path. So we'll complete those 2 paths there, and yeah, there we go. So it hasn't expanded all the way out into there. If we built a path up, it would. But that'll do for the minute. That'll do. So we're getting some more logs in. That's good. Berries are doing well. There we go. These are going to get there. So this was done. It was built on day 2, and on day 5 they're going to start harvesting it. So that means technically this took 3 days because I've been working my beavers a lot harder. But they've put that all in there, and you see we're at 189 out of 200 because of the berries and the carrots. So it's difficult to keep them balanced. But okay, so Janet has some comfort, which is because obviously they're sleeping in a lodge. Or Janjig, sorry, Janijig. I'm very bad at pronouncing these names, so I do apologise about that. But yeah, so they've got some comfort. So that's good, and the other one has some nutrition because they've eaten some carrots. So they are level 4, and there we go. We've upgraded to level 4 because some of our beavers have got better things. Awesome. They still have no social life, so it's very unlikely these 2 will have a child. I don't think it's impossible. It might be. I don't know how it works. I think it might be that you need social life because it increases fertility by 50%. And the other person has 50%, and then you're almost guaranteed. So if one of them has it, you've got a chance. If neither of them have got any, then it probably won't happen. To get that fertility, you need to build, under leisure, a campfire. Increases the social life. Now, as I said at the start of the video, there are only a few items like that's the only one that does social life right now. More will be coming, because that's how it works, so more will eventually come along, but right now we only have the one. So we're going to put down that there, I think. Yeah, because it's a weird size compared to these other ones. Could have made a little town square, put that in the centre, and had all the houses facing it. I kind of wish I'd have done that now, but we're going to put it off to one side. Do it there, couldn't I? kind of like the idea of having a town centre and having the beavers, but no, we'll put it up there. There we go. They can build that, and then when they finish work, they have social time. Because these beavers need less sleep. They don't have as much social time. Well, they don't need as much sleep, so they would have a lot more social time, which would mean that their social life would be increased much higher, and that would allow them to have kids much more often. See, there we go. They're going in there. They're getting their social life up. Awesome. That's because these two don't have any jobs because they've grown up and don't have anything to do. So we're doing well. We're doing well. We have carrots. We have berries. Everything is working very nicely. You have no social life. You have no social life. So hey, we've got level 5. Awesome. So you're going to go and get some. So you've got some social life now. Awesome. So that's filling up. So that's giving plus 50%. I don't know whether it needs to be all the way full or whether this is just a decayed thing, but both of these have a social life now. And nope, we didn't get anything. So maybe it needs to fill up completely. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Our storehouse is full. We have stored 200. We have all the carrots and all the berries stored up. So things are good. Things are working. Yeah, it's all awesome. So I think I'm gonna end this one here. It's a little bit shorter than I do normally, but I'm gonna end this one here, and we shall come back next time, and we shall go on to newer things. Like I think we'll start with science, but then I'll have to wait till next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time, and until then, as always, have fun.